Chelsea a crucial 3 points in Champions League chase as struggling Ipswich visits Stamford Bridge. Premier League, Match Week 32. Deep, Sunday, April 13, 2025. Venue, Stamford Bridge, London. As the Premier League season enters its final stretch, every point matters, and this Sunday's clash between Chelsea and Ipswich Town is a perfect example of two teams fighting for drastically different goals. While Chelsea are entrenched in a fierce battle for a top-4 finish and Champions League qualification, newly promoted Ipswich Town are hanging on for dear life in the relegation zone. Stamford Bridge will play host to this high-stakes encounter in Match Week 32, where Enzo Maresca's men will look to continue their recent surge in form, while Ipswich search for a miracle to stay afloat. Chelsea's Champions League ambition hanging in the balance. For Chelsea, the 2020-2025 season has been a tale of transition, tactical evolution, and at times, frustration. But now, with just 7 games remaining, everything is on the line. After a rocky start to the campaign, the Blues have hit their stride at just the right time, especially at home. Maresca's tactical blueprint has begun to bear fruit. Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 3 matches across all competitions, including high-profile wins over London rivals Tottenham Hotspur and Polish side Legia Warsaw, along with a gritty 0-0 draw against Brentford where defensive solidity was on full display. Stamford Bridge, in particular, has become a fortress once more. The Blues have won 5 consecutive home matches in the league, keeping 3 clean sheets in a row, a feat that would have seemed improbable earlier in the season. Their balance between attack and defense has been vital. With 54 goals scored and only 37 conceded from 31 games, Chelsea boast one of the most efficient two-way teams in the league. Key figures like Cole Palmer, Christopher Nkunku, and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall have brought fluidity and flair in the final third, while the backline led by the improving partnership of Benut Badiashile and Tosin Adarabioyo has provided much-needed stability. A win on Sunday wouldn't just keep them in the top for conversation, it would solidify momentum at a time when every match feels like a cup final. Revenge on the mind, remembering the reverse fixture. Chelsea's motivation runs deeper than just league position. Back in the first half of the season, the Blues were stunned by Ipswich Town, falling 0-2 at Portman Road in one of the most unexpected results of the campaign. That defeat, seen by many as a low point in Chelsea's season, has not been forgotten. The narrative now flips, a revitalized Chelsea playing at home with far more to lose and to prove. The opportunity for revenge is ripe, and Maresca will surely remind his players of the pain from that cold afternoon in Suffolk. Ipswich in crisis. Can McKenna inspire another upset? The task ahead for Ipswich Town is enormous. Kieran McKenna's side are in freefall, with just 1 win in their last 12 Premier League matches, a run that has seen them plummet into the bottom 3. Despite a shock 2-1 victory over Bournemouth in their most recent away outing, the Tractor Boys' overall form has been dismal. They've lost 9 of their last 12 games and have one of the worst defensive records in the league. 65 goals conceded in 31 matches over to per game on average. Their away record paints a grim picture. Ipswich have won just 3 of 15 away games, and on 6 occasions, they've left the pitch empty-handed and goalless. Offensively, things haven't been much better. With only 31 goals scored, they have struggled to convert possession into real danger. Striker Liam Delap and playmaker Julio Enciso have shown flashes of promise, but it hasn't been enough to consistently trouble Premier League defenses. That said, Ipswich still cling to hope. The memory of their earlier win against Chelsea will serve as motivation, and if they can frustrate the Blues early and grow into the game, another shock result isn't entirely out of the question. But everything will have to go right. Tactical matchup, possession versus counterattack. Sunday's game is also a clash of footballing philosophies. Chelsea under Maresca are a possession-dominant side that builds patiently from the back, using intelligent movement between the lines. Ipswich, in contrast, are most dangerous when allowed to sit deep and counter quickly, particularly through the flanks and set pieces. Expect Chelsea to control the tempo, circulate the ball, and look to create overloads through players like Palmer and Sancho. For Ipswich, staying compact and disciplined for long spells will be key, with hopes of capitalizing on any lapses in Chelsea's high defensive line. Probable lineups: Chelsea for 2-3-1, Jorgensen. Gusto, Badiashile, Adarabio, Achimpong. James, Dewsbury Hall, George, Palmer, Sancho, Nkunku. Manager Enzo Maresca, Ipswich Town for 2-3-1. Palmer, Townsend, Burgess, Oshie, Tuanzebe. Cagist, Morsi, Enciso, Broadhead, Johnson. Delap, manager Kieran McKenna. Key players to watch: Cole Palmer, Chelsea, the breakout star of the season for Chelsea. Technically gifted, intelligent between the lines, and a constant goal threat. Christopher Nkunku, Chelsea, slowly regaining fitness and form. His movement and link-up play will be crucial in unlocking Ipswich's low block. Liam Delap, Ipswich, physical, energetic, and brave. Delap will need to make the most of limited service to trouble Chelsea's centre-backs. Julio Enciso, Ipswich, the creative spark. If Ipswich are to find a way through, it'll likely come through him. Score prediction: Chelsea 3-0 Ipswich Town. On paper, this should be a routine win for Chelsea. Their recent form, home advantage, and vastly superior squad depth make them heavy favorites. Ipswich may offer resistance early on, but Chelsea's quality should ultimately shine through. A 3-0 victory would not only exorcise the ghost of the reverse fixture, but also reinforce Chelsea's status as serious top 4 contenders heading into the final weeks of the season. Match facts: head-to-head, Ipswich beat Chelsea 2-0 at Portman Road on the 30th of December and are vying to record just a second league double against the Londoners, and a first since 1978-79. The Tractor Boys' last victory at Stamford Bridge was a 3-2 top-flight win in May 1979, in which Alan Brazil scored twice for the away side. The Suffolk club have lost their last 5 league and cup games at Stamford Bridge, including a 7-0 defeat in the FA Cup third round in 2011 on their most recent visit. Chelsea, the Londoners are vying to win 6 consecutive Premier League home matches for the first time since July 2020. They have lost only to top-flight home fixtures this season: a 2-1 defeat by Fulham on Boxing Day, and 2-0 loss to Manchester City on the opening weekend. Chelsea have kept a clean sheet in 4 of their past 5 league games, as many as in their previous 29 such matches. Enzo Maresca's side were the Premier League's top scorers across their first 16 games, netting 37 times, but have just 17 goals in 15 top-flight fixtures since December 21st. Only 5 sides have fewer prior to the latest round of matches. Cole Palmer has failed to score in 13 consecutive league and cup appearances since netting in a 2-2 draw with Bournemouth on the 14th of January. Ipswich Town, the Tractor Boys, are vying to win consecutive top-flight away matches for the first time since February 2002. Ipswich have failed to keep a clean sheet in 12 successive league fixtures since beating Chelsea 2-0 on the 30th of December, conceding 32 goals in this run. They have gained just 3 points from losing positions this term, all via draws, compared to 32 points in the Championship last season. Kieran McKenna's men have dropped 25 Premier League points from winning positions this term, a joint high with Southampton. They have earned 65% of their points this season away from home, 13 of 20. Only 2 clubs in Premier League history